Oh my good evening. We're just a couple seconds early or a few minutes late, depending how you want to look at it. Welcome to Calickyland's Global Cooking Challenge Jumbo. Tonight we are cooking the food of Tanzania. This is our third, actually fourth, if we're getting technical, night of cooking the food of Tanzania. Hey Vicky, thanks for liking the restream. Hey there Hector, thank you for joining us. Tonight we are specifically focusing on the food of Zanzibar, which is an autonomous part of the nation of Tanzania with a slightly different cuisine. Tonight we are making a Pweza nazi, an octopus in coconut sauce with star anise, and Mchicha, which is a spinach and peanut curry on the side. Hello Vicky, good evening to you. And again, Tanzania, located right there, south of the equator, on the eastern side of Africa, along the Great Lakes, Great Lake Victoria, Lake Tanganyika, and Lake Malawi, I believe. And Zanzibar is just off the coast. So that is what we're doing. Hey Mom, hi there. Okay, this party started. We've got a lot to do. So we're doing two dishes. So there's that. And there is a fair amount of prep that goes into all this. So hopefully we're going to end on time. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to get the prep going on the spinach and peanut curry first, so I can get that going, so I can cook that while the octopus is cooking towards the end. So that is my battle plan. Vicky, how are you doing? What was the deal with that internet safety day? It kind of lost me on that. I just saw your Snapchat just a second. Okay, but first, we're going to start doing the prep on the spinach and peanut curry, and this is going to involve peeling a tomato, which is always a joy. So for that, I'm going to get some water boiling. Actually, I need all the pots. They can all come out today. Everyone gets to play. Okay. And, but first, a pot of water to boil for the tomatoes. Be right back with you in just a second. Just want to get that boiling first. And get my tomato. Okay, yes, hello. Had audio issues, but good now. Oh, good. Yeah, Mom, thanks for the like. Mom likes me. Yeah, Meerkat was acting really strange. I tried scheduling my stream. I tried scheduling it, and then it disappeared, and then again and again, and it kept disappearing. And then I wrote to Meerkat Care, and they got back to me, and then fixed it, and I had all three up, and I went, well, that's awkward, so I decided to take two of them down, and then they all disappeared. And then when I was doing the, whatchamacallit, the stream on Saturday, a little brief little stream I did on Saturday, that was, I think, it took 3 times for me to actually, you know, get it working. And I don't know if it actually completely did for everyone, but it was a Saturday afternoon. We had a bonus this week. So what I'm doing is I'm scoring the bottom of our tomato for when we put it into boil in the water for about a minute. I think it's about a minute. And then we're going to peel it like that. And so I also need a pot of water, ice water, to blanch it as well. My octopus is sitting here on the counter. It was in the refrigerator overnight. All octopus is going to be frozen, basically. It's apparently it's very unusual to have non-frozen fresh octopus. Hold on a second. Getting ice. I think it's easier to get it by hand without the ice. Now I have ice all over the floor. Isn't that special? I hope everything's working for everyone. Like I said, Meerkat has been wonky the last few days. So we're gonna get the water to blanch. Hey, Dad! Derek, I see you there. How you doing? Okay, let's add some water to this here. That should be enough. Okay. So I hope everything's... Hey, Lydia, how you doing? Hope everything's working for everyone. Things are a little awkward. I know... Oh, okay, Lydia. Lydia got the like and restream going, so thank you, Lydia. So good to have you here. I just said, how to blanch a tomato. Okay, you can go now. Go, go, go. Boil for 30 to 60 seconds. I was right. Okay. So I just wanted to confirm so I didn't screw things up. Okay, every bowl coming out. Every last one is coming out. Okay, so we've got this here. When that starts to come to a boil, we will get moving on that. Meanwhile, we need to wash our spinach. And for that, I need... here it is. My salad spinner to wash and clean the spinach. Now this spinach is, I got a pound of spinach, and I think it's already chopped. I think it's already cleaned, come to think of it. But Derek, yes, thank you. Tell me it's already washed. That would make my life so much easier. Tell me it's already washed. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Triple washed and ready to cook. Yay! Well, that makes life easier. My next question is, Anne-Marie, do you think I should chop this? I mean, that would take some time. Well, at least I don't have to wash it. There's that. Back you go. Collapse, Mr. Bowl. Back, 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 back. Okay, we can put you back. So, I think I might need to chop it anyway. But that's such an endeavor. But, you know, I gave myself time for it, so here we go. Thankfully it's washed. Triple washed. No E. coli here. Still waiting on the water to boil. Okay. There goes spinach. Now, one of y'all taught me the trick on chopping the spinach, which I'm going to use by stacking it and then chopping. It's a little faster than having it randomly go everywhere. I don't know how particular I'm going to be with this method. We are listening to the music of Zanzibar. Zanzibar, part of Tanzania, semi-autonomous, was part of the, I mean, eventually the British had it under its their rule, but the Omani Empire on the Arab Peninsula are the ones who came to control it. So the population there is, unlike the more mixed mainland of Tanganyika in the mainland part of Tanzania, the population on Zanzibar is about 95% Muslim. Ethnically, they are mixed between people of Arab descent, people of Bantu, that's the mainland African descent, and people who are a mixture of them. I wouldn't chop, lol. Thank you, Anne-Marie. And here I am chopping. I am just being rough with this. In fact, I'm gonna get rougher right now. Because I'm just seeing that there's gonna be time issues. I just figured I'd do the prep on this first before the octopus part, because the octopus, which has been defrosting overnight, I don't think it's completely defrosted, and I have to boil it, and then let it cool, and then refrigerate it. Well, chop it and then refrigerate it, and then cook it some more. There's a number of steps to this. Hit me up with a name again. So the Mchicha is the Tanzanian spinach and peanut curry, and the Pweza wanazi is the lime coconut octopus with star anise. Score the tomato skin. Yes, I did do that. Thank you, Hector. Thank you for that. Yes, that should make it easier when it comes out. Still waiting on the water to boil. Almost there. Almost there. So, meanwhile, we're grabbing some spinach. There's lots of steps on the octopus thing. The dishes of Zanzibar are interesting in that while there's a lot of African influence, it is very, very Arab. Oh, octopus. Yes, octopus. Apparently, octopus is just as good frozen as it is fresh. So everything will be frozen, and thankfully, when you get it frozen, it's already clean, so you don't have to take its, insides out, like, gutting a fish. Because I read about that, and that seemed a little scary, if I'm being honest. Okay, time to go over there. Yeah, okay, we're going for a minute over there, and then Google is just hearing me talk and doesn't know what to do with me. Okay, you sit here. Okay, so you're gonna go in for a minute. Okay. Set timer for 1 minute. It works. Setting the timer. Go. Not enough water. Nuts. Nuts! I am a bad judge of size. I am just not good at that. Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see, but our octopus is sitting over here. And that's been on the counter for a little while. But that's gonna boil. It's gonna be in boiling water for 30 minutes. And then it's gonna cool off. But that comes later. If you've never seen an octopus taken apart, it's not for the faint-hearted. Yeah, you would want to clean an octopus. Yeah. It talked about the horn or the tongue or some hard thing on the inside, which seemed a little scary. Just a little scary. So, yeah, I was reading the description saying I don't want to do that. Previously, we worked with octopus once before on here for Portugal. And then 2 times before Meerkat, I thought I was getting regular octopus, and I didn't realize I'd gotten baby octopus, and that was different. So here you go. Out you go, and into the ice-cold water to blanch. Yeah, blanch, yeah. Okay, you can stop now. Okay, and you go over here. Actually, you can pour this. I'm going to hold on to that. Be nice. I'm going to need some hot water later anyway. Okay, so now that the water has kind of stopped the cooking process, the cold water, we should be able to take it out and peel it. Okay. And we move back. Back. Okay. But the dishes of Zanzibar are very much Arab influenced. And since it's on the Indian Ocean, there's a lot of stuff that is very Indian. So I went to a restaurant in Columbus, Ohio, a Zanzibari restaurant specifically. And yay, look at that. It was, samosas and roti, and it was very, very good. And there was, so there's like a biryani. The thing is that we've done these other Arab countries, like the stainless steel mixing bowls. Yeah, they were really great. That was I got that with some, a Christmas gift card from, Sur la Table, which are really great. I couldn't have done without them. I wanted to get the ones, I thought about getting the ones with the lids, but they seem more expensive. But now that I have my lily pads, I don't need the lids so much anymore. Okay, naturally, since I couldn't get the whole thing covered by in water, I'm having trouble with the skin on the top. But we'll make it work. And this got cut off anyway. So what am I doing with the tomato here? I'm gonna seed it and chop it. My hands are a total mess. Okay, so seeding and chopping, seeding and chopping. Gotta clean my hands. Okay, seeding and chopping we're gonna do. You're the trash. Okay. Ta-da! And nyeh. And nyeh. Mushy. But anyway, so we had great samosas. It was very delicious, but I've done dishes from other Arab countries. So we did roti for Sri Lanka. Their version had coconut in it. And then we turned around and did a roti for Suriname, I believe. Made our own. And I made a sort of a roti for Guyana. The reason why, if you are realizing that those last two countries I just mentioned are in South America, the reason why there'd be Indian food in South America is because Indian laborers were brought in after slavery was abolished. Indentured servants were brought in from India to work in plantations in South America, and so their cuisine has stuck around as part of that. And in this case, we're just looking at the other side of the Indian Ocean. So there's the turmeric flavors, lots of Indian stuff, and the Portuguese were the first non-Africans to control Tanzania. They controlled it for about a couple hundred years after. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Not Magellan. Vasco da Gama, I believe. Stopped by and decided to take the place. And that's where the whole thing with orange juice and scurvy came up. The men had been just eating, what's it called, saltwater biscuits, just basically flour and water. And so they had developed scurvy. And there were orange trees. And so they ate the oranges, and that kind of took care of their scurvy because they hadn't had vitamin C. And that was all sort of, in Tanzania is where that was kind of discovered. The Portuguese brought over some things from other parts of the world, or other parts of Africa even. Rondak, I believe that is. Thank you for the like and the restream. Hope I'm getting your name right. Cassava, known to us Puerto Ricans as yuca, brought over from, I'm guessing, the other side of Africa. The Portuguese had tried and tried and tried and tried. Their whole sort of mission in Africa was to be able to get a line from the east to the west and control things from the east side to the west side, from Mozambique on the east side to the west. I forgot where they're trying to land, but basically they couldn't pull it off. So they kind of gave up on that particular. Angola was on the other side. They couldn't get through the middle. So, you know, European powers battling in Africa, that kind of thing. But Tanzania became independent in 1961 as, well, the two separate parts. Tanganyika, the mainland part, which we cooked technically on Friday and Saturday, and even Sunday, technically. We did a bonus dish on Sunday. We made a dessert because we were going to a Super Bowl party. And I was thinking, hey, you know, I bought too many bananas, and I knew that there were banana desserts for Tanzania. So Sunday, for this Super Bowl party, I made a wonderful, very well received. Santos, how you doing? Hola, ¿cómo te va? Thank you for the like. NYC. But anywho, the banana dessert went over really well. It was so simple. It was just basically baked bananas with brown sugar and lemon juice and butter. Warm. And yes, Lydia, that's right. I didn't see you today. I was looking for you, and I was thinking maybe you succumbed to the same, you know, curse that that ate my scheduled stream on Meerkat, or maybe you're not feeling well. Did you enjoy the Super Bowl party? The party was okay. It was okay. They enjoyed the food. I was kind of surprised because it really needed to be warm. As soon as it got cold, the butter and sugar sort of congealed and became hard around it. But the thing is that, everyone liked it, even without prompting. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but everyone thought it was either apples and or had rum in it. And it had neither of those things. So, make of that what you will. Need to wash my hands again. But I did realize if one had added rum to it, that would have made it really good. If of course, a Muslim country, you're not going to be adding rum to your desserts. Okay, back to chopping the spinach, and now that time has passed, I'm not as accurate as I had hoped to be, but it's all going to wilt down together anyway. Let me get the schmutz off of here. Okay, how we doing? How we doing? Sounds like Bananas Foster. It probably does. Does Bananas Foster have rum in it? Because if it does, then that was Bananas Foster without rum. In the pictures, the bananas are served just sort of, you know, whole with the on top. So you see the brown sugar on top and the melted hot butter. But that's, you know, not primo for a party. So I had to chop it into smaller pieces. But it was good. It was good. I kept telling people, if you want it good, heat it up, stick it in the microwave for a minute again. So, in retrospect, it probably wasn't the best idea for that environment. But like I said, it went over well. So, and now we need to buy more bananas. I used up too many of my bananas. Hector says yes. Thank you, Hector. Okay. Okay, I'm not getting too involved with the details on chopping the spinach because there's just so much of it. Doing in batches. First time I tried to do this, I tried to take a whole bag of it and just chop like crazy. And I think maybe that when they say the spinach, maybe they're thinking like not the small spinach, they're thinking like big leaves, which would be easier to stack and chop than the small leaves. But not getting really accurate here, just because I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry because I've got some more stuff to do. Can't spend the whole time on the spinach. The reason why spinach is that in African cooking, the one thing aside from, you know, various meats, game meat, etc., that you just can't really reproduce on, you know, over here, is the hardest thing to find are greens. Certain greens, you just can't. Some you can. In fact, I was having this discussion with myself last time I was doing this, because it was talking about if you're using cassava leaves. And I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to find cassava leaves. But something tells me, wondering if those are the same thing as taro leaves. Taro is malanga, and malanga is not cassava. They're related. They're root vegetables. So ergo, if it's looking for cassava leaves and I'm thinking taro leaves, those are not the same thing. Which means that proves my point again that I've never been able to find cassava leaves. Cassava leaves, at least taro leaves, are very large, very, very large, like landscaping type large. And I'm guessing cassava leaves are also. Okay, last batch. Last batch, y'all. Last call for alcohol. Okay. Hold on. Last little bit. And that's the bag. Okay. Roughly chopping. I'm not even trying to be accurate here. It's gonna have to wilt, and when it comes to doing this, I'm gonna be using the big old saucepan. Because I don't see how all that fits into. It says, oh, you just use a skillet, and I know it wilts and I know it goes down, but when you start, I don't know how you make that fly. That's been a mystery to me. Okay, so this is our side. So again, this is our 4th night, technically. Well, no, it's our fourth stream for Tanzania. I called the bonus night like 2.5, so thinking this one being the 3rd. So, ta-ta, big heap of spinach. That's a pound of spinach right there. And we got our tomatoes. And so now we're gonna peel and chop 1 onion. I got me some pretty onions. I didn't buy the bag-o onions this time, so I can have an actual choice. Hold on, cleaning. Okay, and sorry, I just can't deal with dirt. I'll cope with this. Clifton, thank you for the like and the restream. Okay. I sharpened this earlier. Haven't seen Kenneth around here for a while, actually. Hey, Clifton, how you doing? As you do. Okay. Let me peel this and then clean off the cutting board. Yeah, has Meerkat been acting weird for everyone? It was acting weird for me. I was on, since Lydia wasn't on this morning, I didn't see her. I was looking at that fellow who drives around Moscow. I missed the 2.5 live stream, but I caught it on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Derek. Well, it was early. It was a surprise, and it was only 20 minutes long. So it was very quick. If you missed it, you know, I'm not surprised. What I was thinking might happen is, since, you know, the times that I've done things at really weird times, like a Sunday afternoon like that, I get a whole different bunch of people who've never seen the challenge because, you know, they're looking at a different time. But this morning, since Lydia wasn't on, or I couldn't find her, I saw that guy who drives around Moscow, and I was realizing they're 8 hours ahead of us. So he's saying, oh, I haven't seen your stream. And I'm thinking, well, probably because it's 4 in the morning when I'm doing it. I mean, for you. So, gotta clean. Keep getting little bits of onion skin, which annoy me. And so tomorrow, the blog goes up. Wednesdays, every Wednesday the blog goes up that has pictures, links to the original recipes, links to these videos, information about the countries, and reviews of how it went. So that's at cliffyland.com. And I'm already at work on tomorrow's because I'm going to have a very busy day tomorrow. You're on Milwaukee on business. Oh, well, hey. Haas and Pep Incorporated. Did you take the Shots Brewery tour? Did you see the picture? Did you see the statue of Fonzie? Milwaukee. I've never been to Milwaukee. Wisconsin is one of the few states I haven't been to. It's like basically that whole like section: Milwaukee, the Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas. I think those are the only states I haven't been to. Oh, and New Mexico and Oklahoma. But all the other ones I've been to, I've at least set foot, driven through, used the bathroom, or stayed over. Interesting. Harry, hey Harry. Yes, the blog is again, if you are new to the challenge, the premise here is I never learned to cook. stayed out of the kitchen because I was very, very scared because I almost died in a bad cooking accident. So I didn't want to ever, try to cook, but I decided I would start. I did a dish from Afghanistan in 2012, and it went super great. And I thought, hey, I like to write. I like to share my experiences. I love geography, and I need to learn to cook because I had all these sort of Top Chef connections because I used to have a Top Chef blog, even though I didn't know how to cook. And so I thought, hey, listen, I will cook a country a week, cooking all the countries who are United Nations members, all 193 of them, doing a country a week. And at the end of about 4 years, I will have done them all. So we are on week number 171 of 193, which means we only have 22 weeks left. We've done, Africa has more countries per, continent than any other continent, and it has 54 countries. This means we have cooked 50. Tonight we will we have cooked 50 of 54 African countries. Have you had 50 African dishes in your life? Chances are, odds are, if you're watching this, you probably haven't, because you don't have a whole lot of people watching from Africa. I did, when I first opened up Periscope the very first time, and I'm still figuring out what to do about Periscope. I'm thinking for phase 2 of the challenge after I hit Zimbabwe and take a vacation, and I do a big Puerto Rican hoedown. Details to be determined later. But I'd like to do it on here for everyone, because I want to show everyone Puerto Rican food. And since that's, it's part of the United States, it's not a UN member. Even though they do get their own Olympics team, that's a different discussion. They also got their own Miss Universe contestant, which is a very big deal. But in any case, after we do that, I'm thinking of doing some of the non-UN member states / disputed territories, a select list of them. Because I looked at the list of sovereign, if you go to Wikipedia and look up the sovereign states of the world, any things that are basically considered a country by a certain number of other countries. Then that creates a problem, because a whole bunch of them are sort of breakaway parts of other former Soviet states. So parts, Abkhazia and Georgia and, Chichen Itza and all these, that stuff you hear about Ukraine with the Russians saying, hey, we want to be separate. So I can't do like, hey, we're Russian, like times, 8. And then there's a lot, territory-wise, there's like 1,000,001 island territories belonging to France or whatever, and I don't know if they have any cuisines, but there's only so much fish and cooking that I can do. Although that would give me the chance to finally master breadfruit after having like massacred it 3 times in a row during our parade of saints with St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Samoa, San Marino, and Sao Tome and Principe. Principalities. Well, if there were UN member states, like Andorra is a principality, and that counted. Liechtenstein, all that counted. So the 2 biggies that are UN observer states, but not UN member states. Something what bar to set here. Justin, hola, ¿cómo estás, niño? But the only 2 observer states, and not UN member states, are Palestine and Vatican City. Vatican City, yeah, I know, communion wafers. But do a Roman dish. But then there's like Taiwan, there's Western Sahara. So I'm gonna like make a smaller list, and then phase 2 is gonna be much more complicated. It'll be here on Meerkat, and it'll be on Periscope on a different night, doing different stuff. So we peeled and chopped an onion, yay! So now we finished this part of it. So let's quickly get out our handy dandy scale. Christmas gift, thank you, Mom. Scale 0. So I'm gonna weigh peanut butter. 1.5 ounces of peanut butter. I don't know how much that is. So we're all gonna find out together. 1.5 ounces of peanut butter. Okay. Oh, no. 0, 0. We want you to be 0. 0, 0. Okay, now we want what? Ounces? Ounces. Okay, so we're looking for 1.5 ounces. How are things in Hollywood? Hollywood. Ah, good. That's not too much. Bingo. 1.5 ounces of peanut butter. That was easy. Now this is 100% natural, unsalted, creamy peanut butter. Editing, LMFAO, not eating. I'm a fool. Editing. Hey James, how you doing? I didn't see you there. Welcome. Okie doke. Now we got our peanut butter down. What is next? We're getting out a cup of, you know, I should put all this stuff over to this. Oh God, there's no room. Okay, how about over here? Okay, coconut milk. We got leftover coconut milk from before. So we saved that. So we need 1 cup of coconut milk. This is the cream. So there's coconut milk, there's coconut cream, if you didn't know. What you get in a can is going to be probably going to be coconut milk. Mix it up. That's kind of a combination of the meat and the water that's inside. However, there's like the heavy part with the more fat and the light part, which is more cream, and the coconut cream, which is higher in fat, you can get separately, and that's what we used for the shrimp that we did on Friday, I believe. Still have some of that left over, so this is half a cup left. So indeed, we're gonna have to open another can of coconut milk. Sorry about that. Another can of coconut milk. For some reason, I'm reminded of the first 10 minutes of Saturday Night Fever with this. Assuming, you know. What use does coconut milk or cream do to a dish? Thank you for the question, Justin. It's just a matter of fat content, and sometimes you need more fat, and sometimes you don't. And sometimes you want to make the conscious choice to have less fat than that, and then you get light coconut milk, which I avoid. But this is kind of your standard coconut milk. I always forget to shake it up. But if you do forget to shake it up, like I normally do, then you'll find like the creamy, harder part on top and the watery part more on the bottom. So it's kind of like if you had, you know, when I was a kid, what we would do is I was old enough to have had a milkman. Ken Mo, thank you for the like. We had a milkman, and we'd buy milk sort of in advance. So we'd say, oh, we need, you know, like 2 gallons of milk, whatever, and then we put it in the freezer, which was weird. I think back then we were probably drinking whole milk. We put it in the freezer, and then, you know, when it was close to time that we needed it, we took it out. But then I started noticing, like, the cream was on top, and I got used to drinking the part that was just, you know, basically the non-fat part. Because at the end, you'd wind up with whole milk, like just the cream. You'd end up with just straight up cream. That seemed a little too rich. So now we have more coconut milk for... Golly gee, I wonder what we're doing next week. I wonder if I'm going to need coconut milk at all, he said ironically. I don't know if you all know what's coming next, but I'll give you a hint. It's on this can. That's going to be a biggie. That is going to be a mama big deal. Come on. Okay, so we've got our coconut milk aside. Santinet, thank you for the like in the restream. I'm not going to bother cleaning this out because the milk and the coconut water are going to get mixed together anyway. I need to get 3 tablespoons of ghee. Ghee is a clarified butter, common to Indian cooking. Clarified butter, ghee, OMG. And like butter in the fridge, it gets hard. I do gather that people that use ghee on the regular, I could be wrong, but I think they don't refrigerate it. I think it just sits in the cabinet. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's gonna be tricky getting it, since it's hard getting it out of there. Sabadi crab, sabadi crab to you too, Derek. I'm gonna stick this in the microwave for a few seconds, not minutes, seconds, to get it to soften some. Okay, water goes away anyway. So that's gonna be the ghee, and then a teaspoon of salt. This is all gonna be for, so I can get this all ready quickly when I get to that, because that's all gonna have to cook in the 40 minutes that the octopus is cooking in the pot. So I want to have everything ready before, so I'm not losing my ever-loving mind. We're looking for 1 teaspoon of salt, so I can just get that out now. And if you didn't guess already, this is music from Zanzibar. This is Zanzibara, the voice of Zanzibar. And I can only see so far across the room. Okay, we're looking for 3 tablespoons of ghee. Please be soft enough to scoop. Please, please, please. Be a good ghee. Be a good ghee. Okay, we'll call you 1. 1, come on, get out. Sorry. I was thinking of a joke. 2 tablespoons of ghee. I can't believe I've gone through this much ghee. If you go to the stores, you know, Indian stores, you'll see, like, you know, huge tubs of it. And you can make your own ghee. Way back when I think it was cooking India, or something, Comoros maybe before it. Something, I made I made my own clarified butter. But I think it was maybe Eritrea, that you took the butter and you melted it down and you heated it, and then you put in spices. And then and then you let it congeal, and that was your version of ghee. So this is our ghee. My favorite ghee. Nothing you can do to take me away from my ghee. Okay, okay, boom, we are done with the prep on this side. Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy? No, we're not done. We have 1 more thing left to do. 2 teaspoons of curry powder. Curry powder, and I know I can make my own, and I know they're all different, but this is the curry powder I have. You go to war with the curry powder you have. Okay, 2 teaspoons. 1 teaspoon of curry powder. 2 teaspoons of curry powder. Look at all that curry powder I've gone through. Look at that. I just got that jar just a few weeks ago. Going through a whole bunch of curry powder. Okay, so everything for this dish is going to be sitting over here on the side over there, because now the time has come. The time has come for brave men to come to the aid of their country. Salt. Okay, this is the moment. We are moving on to the octopus, the Pweza wanazi. I've learned that wanazi means with coconut. Does not mean with Nazis, even though they're spelled the same. That would be unfortunate. Okay, Large pot of salted water to boil on the stove over there. Large pot of water. Big enough? Well, it's gonna be. I'm filling water. Sorry, I don't have a GoPro here. I can't like widen the shot. See, if I was on Periscope, I could be in landscape mode, and you could be seeing this right now, like a wide-angle TV. Or your widescreen TV, rather. So that's one thing Periscope has going for it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, large part of water to boil, and has to be salted water. One thing I learned is when you're boiling a pasta, and you want, and in this case, the fish, you want it to be like seawater level of salt, which is kind of salty. So here, my friends, without further ado, is a receipt for octopus. Is our bag of octopus. Cannot think of any octopuses in popular culture. Octopi. Okay. Yeah, it's still cold. And when it comes apart, it's not pretty. It's kind of scary looking, you know. The first, I had to take a deep breath when I did it before. I was told that this had a gash in it already, but I'm making one now. Here we go. It's all mushed together. One brick o' octopus. Okay, let me wash this out. What do you think? I mean, the legs, they just kind of go out. You got the head, you got the legs, and it's so skinny at the end, and it's like an actual octopus, just all kind of compact there. Okay, and clean this out. I'm waiting for that water to come to a boil, if you're wondering why I'm stalling. Okay, so that's gonna go in the water to boil for 30 minutes, and it's 6:44 now. I need that water to boil like immediately. Sony sound is down. What is that? Oh, sorry, sound is down. What is that, shrimp? No, this is an octopus. One big old octopus. Just all sort of vacuum sealed and frozen. Wait, is everyone having sound problems? What happens if you force quit and try to come back? Or is everybody having sound problems? I don't know. I need that water to boil now! 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 Faster! To quote that old Joan Rivers joke. That's about Elizabeth Taylor in the microwave. Faster! Okay. So we're waiting for water to boil. I need to mark some stuff off with my pen. Pen. Okay. Well, we're gonna go to the other side of the room in any case, because we've got stuff to do over there. So follow me. Oh, well, since we're waiting. Again, where is Tanzania, you ask? That's the globe. That's Africa. Notice how Africa is so much bigger when you look at an actual globe than it does on your usual Mercator projection. Because you usually think Greenland is really huge, but Greenland is really only that big, you know, compared to Africa. They look the same size. I washed the kettle. Love the apron. Thank you. It's from the fine folks at the Funky Fairy. You can find them at meerkattees.com. That's meerkattees.com. They're in England. They're wonderful. They ship everywhere. They embroider all sorts of bears and backpacks and stuff for kids, and they're really wonderful. and now they're internet only. But in any case, back to Africa. Africa, huge, 54 countries. Tanzania, right there, right on the equator, right near the border with Kenya, is Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in all of Africa, and one of 2 mountains in Africa where you can see glaciers, actual glaciers, and this is like near the equator. Zanzibar is just off the coast, and that's specifically whose food we're doing tonight. So, yes, watching kettle boil. Well, if I had the boiling kettle already. So you look, I still gotta wait. I have to be patient, Okay, I'm getting out my ramekins here for the World of Spices, which are coming your way in 2 seconds, because we are gonna get a whole bunch of spices happening. Maybe if I put you in the other direction, you can get a better look at everything that's happening. Get that in the background, and an octopus here in the foreground. Okay, so while we wait for that, I'm gonna get my spices together, and I should have this. Okay, so we're gonna go with the cloves, whole cloves. In fact, cloves are very important to Tanzania, because cloves are one of the spices that were desperately sought after in Tanzania, and that was, you know, kind of one of the reasons for colonization there, was this little spice right here, which you don't tend to spend a lot of time thinking about. So much. Thank you for the like and the restream. 8 cloves. We're counting them out while our water comes to a boil. Let's go. 1 clove. 2 cloves. 3 cloves. 4 cloves. 5 and 6. 7 and 8. And cool down. There we go. Derek says, I'm not a fan of octopus or squid. I think it's the texture. I do not eat. I have them, but not on my favorite. Yeah, they can be rubbery, and that's the problem. What? Poor octopus swimming around then. Arg, where's my mummy gone too? Oh, sorry, Pete. Yes, well, you know, same goes for fish and Dory and Nemo and all of them. So, meanwhile, cardamom pods. While we're waiting for our water to boil, we're looking for cardamom pods. It started with a giant bag of cardamom pods, and now it's still a giant bag of cardamom pods with some left. We're getting on 4 cardamom pods here, and we're gonna have to feel dumb having to shell them, because I also have cardamom seeds. I just don't know how many seeds there are to a pod. Because it said 4 cardamom pods and then take them out and seed them. And while we're waiting for water to boil, and I have to be patient, we are waiting for that. So that's our cardamom, number 2. Number 3 is our star anise. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Star anise. When I first needed it, I had no idea what to look for. This is now at this point years ago. And I went to the produce guy, and he pointed me at something entirely different. He pointed me to the actual anise, not star anise. Star anise is like a spice. It looks like a star. Like that. That's why they call it star anise. And this is one of the key flavors in our dish here. So we're getting 2 of them. These are not looking the greatest shape. There's 2. Harry Nomad. Harry Momand. Thank you for the restream. I watched sports, exploding phones, one man's wrist severely burned. I watched reports, exploding phones. Okay. Star anise. Boom. 2. And 3. We're getting a teaspoon of turmeric. We're getting our water's getting closer. We're gonna have to go faster than that. Because that puts us behind. Half teaspoon of whole peppercorns. Holy moly. That might be all we have left. Okay, half a teaspoon of whole pepper. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. ghee residue on my tablespoon. Okay, water almost there. I need to make sure it's actually really boiling. So, speaking of, half teaspoon of whole peppercorns. Half teaspoon, 1/8, 1/2. Someone posted something on the Mearscope Facebook group. I don't know if this is just, you know, something they heard on the grapevine, or if it's like actual legit. But they were talking about new update. That would be glorious. I'll believe it when I see it. Of Meerkat, it would be really nice. Half teaspoon whole peppercorns. Boom. Water's almost there. Almost there. See, it's a problem. I was going to be doing this while but you know, we'll figure it out. 1 stick of cinnamon. Almost there. 1 stick of cinnamon coming right up. Yes, Brooklyn. Lydia did mention just a little bit earlier that she's away on business in Milwaukee. We missed her. It's my morning ritual. It's watching Lydia. Cinnamon stick. And the cinnamon stick and the star anise, by the way, at the end of all of this, will be pulled out of the dish, because you don't want people biting into that. That would be not fun. 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric, our little friend. Derek says, my Meerkat was playing up. I'd installed and reinstalled those. Oh, so, yeah, it's been acting weird for everyone. That's the moral of that story. Okay, Octopus, here. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, she mentioned it just a little bit earlier. So in case she's listening, to save her the trouble of having to type it in again. Okay, Octopus. Going into boiling water. Go. Okay, I'm going to use some sort of implement for this because I don't want to splash. Oh, no, I can't. How am I going to do this? Yeah, come on. Okay, here goes. Tong to tong tong tong. In you go. For 30 minutes. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Wake up, darling. Set timer for 30 minutes. No. It even took the wake up, darling into account. Oh, I didn't know that. I love you and your cooking, never dreamed of it. Oh, yes, Mom is so sweet. Yeah, she's joked that, what was the phrase? That I never even went to the kitchen as a visitor. Which is true. I mean, Mom, I love you. I'm washing out my smelly octopus bowl here. Yes, I can't believe this is all working. Miss Jonesy, how you doing? Long time no see. How have you been? How have you been? How is the animal and the children in no particular order? How are things in Guacamora? Oh, Derek, I discovered that Guacamora is not a real place. That it's a fictional place. And it's a fictional place in Ireland, too. It's not even a fictional place in Scotland. See, how I was thinking I was going to sing that to you. What is the time in 30 minutes because it's frozen seems a lot for seafood? Well, the octopus needs to get tender. That's kind of the deal. That's because octopus can get really rubbery and it's very tricky. It's defrosted all night. Okay, this has come to a high, so I'm bringing this down to a simmer. Again, for the rest of that time. But yes, it's octopus is complicated. If you look up like how to cook octopus, you're gonna see some people say to put a cork in the water. Some people are gonna say like there's about 8 different things that people say to do, and it's very tricky because if it's in there too long, it gets rubbery, not enough. So I'm just hoping it's the right amount. Sandwell the cello, thank you for liking the restream. Good evening to you. We are now continuing with our World of Spices, hunting down our turmeric. our very last wee bit of turmeric, which is 1 teaspoon, and I don't think I have a whole teaspoon left. But I do have another jar of it. So let's see how that goes. See if I can angle this so you can see. Did the octopus come from market there? There is a fishmonger, a local fishmonger, where the fresh food is, the fresh fish is always fresh. However, frozen comes from elsewhere. And if you look up about octopus, one of the good things about octopus, if you have access to, you know, freezers, is that unlike, you know, fish, other fish, is octopus a mollusk? I don't know. It's just as good frozen as it is fresh. So that means you can have it, and they are swim in waters all over the world. You can get baby octopus, you can get live, the baby octopus you'll get fresh, you'll use them in salads. I did a baby octopus salad sort of accidentally twice. The first time it was supposed to be whole octopus, regular octopus, adult octopus. Then someone was trying to tell me that that baby octopus is not, you know, juvenile octopus, but that that's a different breed, and turned out that wasn't true. So the whole octopus, frozen from the fishmonger. I don't exactly know the sourcing on it. It is a mollusk. I was right. I was right, yay. Okay, so now you're gonna see us work through the rest of that turmeric. Toot sweet. Okay. That is not the end of this. This is not the end. You may think it's the end, but it's not the end. Okay, so our turmeric, okay, so we've got that going. This is boiling, or simmering, and now, does it sell by the pound? It sells, what is the Portuguese name for octopus? That's a good question. How do you say octopus in Portuguese?
Let's see. All right, here's what I got.
In Spanish, it's pulpo. In Portuguese, it's polvo. Proving once again that Portuguese is like Spanish with one letter changed. Usually with the j thrown in. But in this, instead of pulpo in Spanish, polvo in Portuguese. So now you know the Portuguese name for octopus. Does it sell by the pound like other? No, it sells by the octopus. You buy an octopus or you don't buy an octopus. There are no portions of octopus, and they all seem to be about the same size. At least the ones I purchased. All, you know, that. I know if there's a Bureau of Standards for octopus weights, but you never know. There could be somewhere. Okay, we're chopping a red onion. This time it's a red onion. This is for the octopus dish, unlike the onion that is for the spinach and peanut dish. And that's a big old... Diana, hello! Thank you for liking the restream. Okay, we are cooking the food of Tanzania, or tonight, specifically Zanzibar, the island of Zanzibar, one of the two primary components of the nation of Tanzania. Hola, saludo amigo, y hoy que cocina. Thank you for the like. I need to get a name again here. Is it Hector? Do we have two Hectors in the house? Diana, hello. Estoy cocinando, se llama Pweza Wanazi, lime coconut octopus with star anise. Pulpo con lima y coco. Y con eso, with that, I'm cooking a curry dish, spinach with peanuts, spinach and peanut sauce. Espinaca con maní. Con maní. Mantequilla de maní, peanut butter. But eso lo hago, ¿sabe? Cuando está cocinando el pulpo atrás, I'm cooking the octopus behind me now, softening it up. And then this is from Zanzibar. from the Tanzania. Now, if you look over my head, you see the flag of Tanzania right there. Itty bitty teeny weeny little flag. The flag is the green on the flag represents that color is on the flags of both Zanzibar, which is semi-autonomous, and Tanganyika, the mainland. There are two other islands that are part of Tanzania. One is called Mafia, like, you know, Mafia. And the other one starts with a P, and I've totally forgotten what it is. But Zanzibar, Tanganyika became independent in 1961, and I believe Zanzibar followed soon thereafter. So if you're of a certain age, you're probably used to hearing about Tanganyika and Zanzibar, not of Tanzania. However, in 1964, they came to an agreement for autonomy for Zanzibar, and they got together to become the nation of Tanzania. They are similar but different. Tiene YouTube. Oh, Mall Love All Seafood. Ah, qué bueno. Mami, tenemos un dominicano en la casa. YouTube, yes. Go to YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Tengo un channel en YouTube. Just look for Cliffyland. Busca Cliffyland y lo encuentra. Just subscribe. You can see all the streams that I've been saving, of course, minus all your little comments. So if you're seeing this in the future, I'm pointing to things that you don't see. Free as the birds up in the trees. I'm chopping a red onion. While our octopus cooks behind me. The weird part is it took so long for that water to boil that I'm at a step now that I was imagining I'd be at later. Which means I'm going to be doing some tap dancing a little later. And not in the literal sense, I don't expect. But you never know. You could be surprised. I am so happy. The weather was nice and cool today. And my leg is feeling much better. I've been heating it and resting and running less. So now it's feeling better, and I was able to do my full 10 miles. I mean, if I was being greedy, I would have tried another 13, but 10 miles, got it in today. It was glorious. I almost ate the sidewalk at one point. Cool. Thank you. Arriba, Mexico. Era parte mexicano, era, si me acuerdo. ¿Estás en Nueva York, qué? O estás en España. James, thank you for the like. So we are chopping our red onion here for our octopus and coconut. And with star anise. That's going to be a key flavor ingredient here. It's nice and cool here today. 6. 6? You mean like 6 degrees? There's not enough degrees. You need to go get some more. Go get yourself some more degrees and come back when you're ready. When I was living in Columbus, and that's when I started running, I was so freaked out about it getting cold, and so I got all the cold weather gear, and it worked. I could run, you know, had the gloves, and I can go running in the really cold weather on the snow, which is the best. However, I think my limit was, I think 10. If it felt like 10 or below, that was like I couldn't take it. And that's when I'd go like, oh, I have to go to a gym indoors, boo. Of course, I might have the opposite problem here. It's like the never-ending summer in Florida. The summer that lasts 10 months. I mean, it was 80 degrees here like a couple days ago, so go figure. So Matt, thank you for the follow. Yes, 6 degrees Fahrenheit, that's not enough. It's about 22 here in London, Ohio, and snowing. Ah, my goodness, London. Now, we've had this conversation before, James. I'm not exactly remembering where London, Ohio is. Is it west of Columbus? like west of Hilliard and all that. Did we have this conversation before? Yes, it sucks. Yeah, that's too cool. That's too cool. Thing about Ohio was that I loved the cold, but I couldn't deal with the clouds. The clouds would come in for 9 months at a shot, or at least 6. And I got so depressed I had to get one of those seasonal affective disorder lights deals. And I never thought I'd be one of those people. Because from Florida, I was like hating the heat and wanting cold, and dreaming of snow and dreaming of snow. And I like me snow. I do like snow. I do. Unlike a lot of people, I actually really enjoy snow. I still, when I see snow, I jump around like a little kid. And I'm like, oh, look, look, look. And everyone's like, shut up. It's horrible. I can't get anywhere. I'm like, yeah, but it's snow. And I'm like, shut up. It says, I didn't grow up with this. Snow. Yeah, you tried driving in it. And goes, well, I know that sucks. But snow. In fact, I went to Buffalo. The first time I went to Buffalo, it was Buffalo. And it had been all the snow, it wasn't snowing, but there was all this leftover mounds of snow, dirty mounds of snow piled up on the side of the road. And I was just even excited by that. I was just going, oh, look at this, look at this, it's like, it's gross, it's black, it's full of dirt and oil and stuff. Like, but it's ice and it's cold and it's neat. I'm like, oh God, where are you from? So that's the response I would get. Yes, we have about an inch of snow until snowing off and on. I love snow. I don't like the clouds. I hate cold rain. I despise cold rain, but I love snow. If it is winter and there is to be precipitation, let it be in the form of snow. Okay, gotta wash my hands. So we're gonna get our garlic. Our octopus like dancing in the water a little bit there. It's not alive. It's quite dead. But it was about 61 degrees. And I was out there running, and it was wonderful. And the old people on the sidewalk, you know, there's very limited space on the sidewalk where I'm, snow, shut up. No, I like snow. It's so much prettier than mud and rain. Yes. Yes, cold rain is the worst. In Columbus, it was always cold rain, more cold rain. Okay, buddy, good. Oh. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. I'm wrestling with garlic. Film at 11. Ugh. Go to a liner. Come on. Jeez Louise. I'm getting everything but what I need. Here, almost. Okay, getting there. Finally. Boy, you suck. Okay, 1. We're looking for 3. 2. 2, and looking for 3. Give me 3. Big money, big money, big money. 3. 3 cloves of garlic. The Portuguese word for octopus is polvo. Thank you, Dad. Polvo, just like pulpo, like a letter off. When Dad remembers when we were in Italy a million years ago. We were in Capri, and we went to an Italian restaurant because we were in Italy. Imagine that. And they actually had pizza, and the idea, we thought that, you know, pizza was just an American invention, but they had their own, you know, version of pizza. And it's like, oh, with garlic, and we're having this conversation in Spanish to Italian. And it's like, garlic. It's like, ajo is the word for garlic in Spanish, and she's saying ayo. It's like, oh, okay, just a letter off. So ayo in Italian, ajo in Spanish. I don't know what it is in Portuguese. You can ask Siri. What is the word for garlic in Portuguese?
Let me have a look. All right, here's what I got.
No, let's try that again. How do you say garlic in Portuguese?
Let me check on that. Here is what I found.
Ajo. So, ajo in Spanish, ayo in Italian, and ajo in Portuguese. So, now you know. Now the next question is, how do you say garlic in Swahili? Oh my goodness.
Okay, check it out.
Kiknugu Samu. G. But I do know now that Pweza is octopus and Nazi is coconut. And not a bad German. Portuguese in Tanzania, they were there for 200 years. The weird part is that speaking of their culinary traditions, though, they didn't leave too much behind like they did other places. And then it was just a race between the British and the Portuguese. A British and the German, rather. Sorry. To see who control it eventually is just the British. The more you know. Peel and crush. Okay, so we've got our 3 cloves of garlic crushed here. And I'll see how our timing is on our octopus. 11 more minutes to go there. Okay, so now, where are we? Ginger. Wash hands. Here's where I need the metric system. Metric system to the rescue. I need 3 centimeters of garlic. First I need to find my garlic. There we go. So how much is 3 centimeters? I'm not going to be able to accomplish that without this. These are inches. Which are centimeters? These are inches. These are inches? No. Which is centimeters? Or centimeters even on here? I don't want to guess. Phase 2. Ask Siri how to say hello in Thai language. I told you earlier. How do you say hello in Thai?
Let me think. Here is what I found.
Yeah, that's easy to read. Yeah. I'd have to Google the audio for that one. So I'm not able to read it. Okay, 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters. One of these is centimeters. 2 of them. 1, 2. So, just about that much. Okay. You a funny man, Derek. 2 centimeters. Okay. You right there. The rest of you will save for next time. I'm sure I'm not going to have any use for garlic next week, he said ironically. I am nervous about next week, I tell you. I am nervous about next week. The big cuisines with so many dishes. And then adding to the fact that I've already done, you know, Laos and Cambodia and Malaysia and Indonesia. And northern Thai food is actually Laotian food. It's a complicated, kind of sad story about that. Gina, thank you for liking the restream. Sawadi. Oh, that! Sawadi. Or Sawadi. Or some other accented thing. That's what you meant. Well, now I know that that's what Sawadi looks like in Thai. Good to know. If I ever get there. Which I don't know if I ever will, but we'll have to practice that for next week. But there's so much in Thai food. The only Southeast Asian countries left are Thailand and the one we're doing right after Thailand. And I will bet you anything that there isn't a person out there that, off the top of their heads, would be able to guess what comes after Thailand, alphabetically. Because not only you've probably never heard of it, if you have, it probably would fall elsewhere in the alphabet. But let's just say it's a neighbor, or it's in the neighborhood of them, not in the neighborhood of Tanzania, though. We're on this side of the Indian Ocean today. Speaking of the Indian Ocean, there's a good deal of tourism and cruise ships that would go through Dar es Salaam. However, since the lessening of the piracy of the Somalian pirates in the Indian Ocean, a lot of it did move south near Tanzania, so that's a problem. In fact, my global traveling friend, who I can never stop talking about, who is someday going to come visit, he spent the last year of his journey just trying to hit these various islands, and first all the islands in the Pacific, because remember I told you he went to every UN member state without flying, so it took him 4 years, and he got stuck a lot, mostly on islands, and Zanzibar is an island, but once he actually got through all the islands of the Pacific, he just could not get anyone to take him to the islands of the Indian Ocean, to Mauritius, or to the Seychelles, or the Maldives, over towards India. And no one wanted to take him. The cruise ships weren't going, because this is when the Somali piracy was like at its peak. And he was trying to hitch rides on cargo ships, which he did a lot. However, they said, well, the cargo ships will go, but basically the cargo ships are insured for employees of the cargo ship. And they can't take someone, like if they, get taken hostage and yada yada, and they have to pay a ransom or something. They can't, account for a passenger who's not an employee. So it took him like a whole year to finagle it, being stuck in Australia and other islands, trying to arrange stuff. And finally, he got to go on boats that avoided the area as best they could and took their risks with him otherwise. So he got those, and he got South Sudan, and then he was done. Ginger. Okay, we've got our ginger, and now we're going to get our scale again after I clean this off. Well, there's a great show on Taiwan. Taiwan, I think, yeah, he did go to Taiwan. He counted it. He did 201 countries. However, not to, not seeking to disparage anyone here, but, being a Liverpudlian, he counted, English, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland each as countries, so that expanded the list. He threw in, like, the Faroe Islands, because he landed on them, too, and he threw in Taiwan, and he threw in Palestine, he threw in Vatican City. So to him, it was 201. Garlic, yes. Ginger, yes. Cherry tomatoes. We need our scale, and we have 4 minutes left on this. We need our scale because we're going to take some cherry tomatoes, which I'm going to have to rinse. How much do you weigh? Never ask that to a lady. Those are ounces. Ounces. That's 10 ounces. Oh, bloody hell. Grams. Grams. That's 290 grams. That's too many. But yes, I think Taiwan will be on the list for the quick pickup of And the Rest. The Professor and Marianne. Did you get Gilligan's Island in Scotland? Okay. Food. What am I doing? I'm getting a bowl for cherry tomatoes. I don't have any other bowls left. So this one will just have to do. Okay. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Not -1, 0. Okay, 0. There we go. I'm looking for 120 grams since we are pulling a metric system here today. 125 grams. Good enough. So I didn't need all the cherry tomatoes, I just needed half of them. I decided not to do the conversion. And I didn't even use the colander. Wipe you down. Okay, now we need to take our cherry tomatoes, and in our 2 minutes that we have, we're going to divide them into quarters. But did you get Gilligan's Island? In the first season, it was they named off everyone. They said instead of the professor and Marion, they said, you know, and the rest, and they were just and the rest. And so whenever they would sign autographs to the actors, they would sign as and the rest. You know what? I'm using the wrong knife for this. That's what's happening. Okay, this is what I need. This is why tomato knives were invented. I saw on BuzzFeed there was a hack on how to have cherry tomatoes, and I don't have. There was like a lid, a plastic lid, or a frisbee, and sort of put it between two, and then run a knife through it, and that would have them all. That didn't seem like it would really work too well, and then someone tried to prove that. And as I suspected, it was not nearly as easy as they said it would be. So we're trying to quickly quarter cherry tomatoes. And the time is 7:23, oh my god. That water took too damn long to boil. Nuts. Dinner's gonna be late. Well, the husband got to go to the gym, so I believe that Oswald the octopus and his friend Squiddly Diddly are both watching tonight. Yes, well, oh no, the humanity, or the octopusery. I'm still at 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Time's up. Hands up. Hands up, utensils down. Padma is coming in. Okay. Now that has been boiling in the water for the 30 minutes. So, I'll take you over there. We're gonna see this happen. You're gonna watch this and you're gonna like it. Okay. I'm gonna drain the water from the octopus. I need a different... Yeah, I need a different colander for this. Okay. And here we go. Bonk. We'll be getting back to you later. That is a drained octopus. And it's got its head like right there on the top. I investigated. First time I thought was like, do you eat the head? The answer is, you can if you want to. So, one drained octopus right there. Moby is not watching. Moby, musical performer, also big anti-meat person. So we have drained our octopus, and we're gonna let it cool there for a minute while we finish our tomatoes, or cherry tomatoes. I am so screwed time-wise. You have no idea. Carrie Osborne, thank you for liking the restream. I am so screwed. That needs to cool fast. That needs to cool fast. Should I be thinking about running cold water over it to cool it off faster? To rinse it in cold water? That might make sense. I'm thinking, Carrie, how are you doing? How are things? You're in Illinois, is it again? I try to get where everyone is, like, memorized to a degree. Wherever you are, I'm sure it's cold. You know, funny thing, we don't get, I mean, I've had people from, you know, we have some people here from across the pond, as it were, where it's very late right now. And when I've operated at totally different times, I had people from Australia and Singapore, which is well. But Australia is the only one that I've had where someone south of the equator is watching. Which would be interesting. That's one thing I like about Periscope, that you can see, like, the map and go into, you know, someplace else. So I got to see, you know, some guy in Tajikistan and some, you know, guy in Ghana, and just worked my way around the world. Some lady shopping for produce in Santurce in Puerto Rico. It's kind of interesting. But, you know, each of these apps have their pros and cons, so. But like I said, I heard on the grapevine, someone said something that some, you know, rumored updates with features and on and on. And I'm thinking, I'll believe it when I see it. Now Facebook is, you know, Facebook Live is happening. More and more people are doing it. However, you're only limited to half an hour, and it's square. And I don't have nearly as many followers on my Facebook page. I don't think you can. I know what I can do. Should stick it outside where it's here so cold. Yes, 4 blocks from Diana. Yes. Good evening, Carrie. How the hell are you? Okay, so good to know. Tomatoes done. Wow. Wowie wow wow. Okay, I'm gonna try the cold water thing because I really need. Well, I'm gonna let it sit there for just another minute. I think. I'm gonna do the cold water. I hope that's not a mistake. Not that cold. Well, the upside, it's cool enough to the touch now, so that's good. Quickly, I need to clean this off. And we're going to get some more coconut milk happening. You can never get enough coconut milk around here. Clean this out. It is so freaking late. Oh, you have no idea how late dinner's gonna be. This is so sad. This is so sad. Oh my god, 200, I so freaking, oh, I so misjudged. Okay, coconut milk, 200 milliliters, which was on this side. I'm so screwed. That's coconut milk for you. Oh, yeah. And 150 milliliters of water. I thought I timed it. I really did. I thought I did. Okay. water, and then juice 2 limes. We've got all cockeyed here. Juicing 2 limes. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Dinner is going to be very late. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Smells very fishy.
Yes, that is our octopus. So we are going to juice 2 limes, and then comes the gory part. What am I doing? I'm looking for my lime. Okay. Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Okay. Greetings from not so sunny Scotland. Okay. Okay, where is this gonna land? It's gonna land right here. Brigadoon, brigadoon. Now you guys said to do it the other way. I'm gonna try it this way. Since you said so, I'm gonna see if that works. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Wow, that's a whole octopus.
It is a whole octopus, and it's not gonna be ready for an insane amount of time.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going back the usual way because it was just squirting out the juice the other way if I went that way. So, okay, 1, 2, coming up 2. You can leave that because I'm gonna have. I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have. Never mind.
Okay, I just thought I'd clear some space.
Yeah. Clearing is good. Clearing is good. Oh my god. That water took so crazy long to boil. So mad. That's a lot of lime juice. Okay. So now we're all prepped. Now, well, we're all prepped except for now we have to do the gory part. Wash my hands real quick. Okay, here's the part that's going to gross people out. We're going to need to cut this octopus into 4-centimeter pieces, so pieces about yay big. Come through with this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Okay, 6-centimeter. I watch boil never pots. Yes, and I watch toaster never bounces. You should roll the line hard on the. You should roll the lime hard on. I keep forgetting to do that. 2 4-centimeter pieces. So if that was 1, 2, 4 centimeters, could be like this. Okay. So 4-centimeter pieces. Thus. Then cut the leg off here. Yeah. 2, 4. The skin sort of comes off them too, which is weird. But the whole idea of dealing with an octopus is weird. Well, I mean, no one can be expected to have all the octopus pieces the same size, because the tentacles are not all the same width all the way through. So, things to consider. That's not 4 centimeters. Yuck. Yeah, I can get yuck. It took me a while to get used to it, but what was kind of more yuck was when I did the baby octopus, and I was so scared. I mean, that was before Meerkat. I was so scared. I was so scared it was going to be, and it turned out that I was following the instructions for full-size octopus and not baby octopus. And it was really one of the most delicious salads I'd made. In fact, when I got to Italy, this friend of mine who is partially Italian extraction, she was saying, no, you must do an Italian octopus salad for when you cook Italy, and I'm going to give you my family recipe for it, for the baby octopus. And it was sort of like a repeat of what I did for Croatia. But at least that time I knew what to deal with, because I was so scared with the octopus, the baby octopus and the head. And then kind of, I was afraid, like, are you allowed to eat the head? You're supposed to? Is it bad? Is it toxic? I don't know. Is there something in it? So, these were all kind of gross questions I had as I dismember an octopus. You didn't have to tell me you're going to kill it. What would SpongeBob have to say? Well, I didn't kill it. It's already fish died. It's probably been dead for I don't know how long. But, I'm not gonna have at the head. I'm not. Not gonna have at the head. Because, you know, you can get the feeling that it's a little rubbery, which it's not supposed to be. But if you cook it too long, it's not good either. But this hasn't even started cooking. That's the weird part. So we're not using the head. So this is gonna go in the fridge for a little while. Just for a little while, before we actually cook it. So now there isn't that much left, especially after we decided not to do anything with the head. So, refrigerate octopus, okay. And I gotta clean all this garbage up, and then we move on to some actual cooking again. At what would normally be dinner time. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I really thought I had given myself more than enough time. Okay, so mortar, here, seeds from the cardamom pods over here. That's not supposed to be on. I don't want to deal with this. Okay, there. Seeds. See, I didn't know how many seeds are in a pod. I have seeds, cardamom seeds already, but I didn't know how many that would be, because this was talking about from pods. So that's what we're doing. Oh my god, the smell of this is so wonderful. The cardamom smell is just so fragrant. I'm surprised people don't cook with it more often. In fact, the first dish I made from Afghanistan had cardamom in it, and that's what made me fall in love with that dish. That was sort of like a lamb stew with spinach and cardamom, and that was out of this world. That came from my idea to do that before this even challenge started. I was reading this book on Afghanistan. This woman from Afghanistan talking about this stew and how it reminded her of home, and it was her favorite thing. And I said, that sounds so wonderful, I want to make that. Put the head in the mailbox of someone you hate. Godfather-ish. Yeah. I heard a tale that somebody told me once, how a person wanted to get sort of revenge or whatever, take out a grudge on someone, like maybe their ex, and put shrimp inside the curtain rods. So the house started rotting and smelling, and no one knew where the smell was coming from, because, you know, you wouldn't think of looking inside the curtain rods. That's the nastiest trick ever. That is really, like, evil genius kind of genius level. So we have crushed our cardamom seeds in the mortar. I'm not even taking a picture of that. So now let's, Shirley, yes. Moving back over here. Okay, so we are gonna get out, here, you sit there for a minute. So we're getting out our, this is still kind of warm, thankfully. Small element. Our small, everybody is playing today. Our small skillet, medium heat, I said medium heat, and then into this skillet we're going to put our spices. So we're going to put in our cloves. Oh, screw it, I'm taking one picture. Our cloves, our black peppercorns, our star anise, our cinnamon stick, and our ground turmeric. And we're toasting that for about, how long? A minute, I think? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Set timer for 2 minutes. Get those a little toasted there. And then that's going to go aside, and then we're going to use you. Those 2 minutes, I'm going to wash this out. Hold on a second. Almost 2 minutes. My wrist will start ringing. Not even hardly. 2 minutes. But this is going to go in this pot over here. Okay. Ooh, I can smell the spices now. That looks like rabbit poop in the skillet rolling around. Yeah, it's not. It's peppercorns, the same stuff you get in pepper. And cloves. Mmm, the smell. Roasted, toasted, you're the one I roasted. Eat me, eat you, incredibly delicious too. I eat cannibals. Feed on animals. Your love is so edible to me. I eat cannibals. That's only warning, not toasting. The heat isn't so high to start. It said medium, and I've got only 11 seconds. Usually I don't toast the things enough. So the toasting isn't much. But now it's done. Now she's finished. So that's not a good idea. I can't eat a bigger bowl fudge here. Where's my tongs? Okay. I don't want it sliding all over creation. Okay. Good. Good. So I pulled that off, and next we're getting Mr. Big Ol' Pot here, and we're going to heat 2 tablespoons of canola. This is the one, right? Yeah, that's the one. 2 tablespoons of canola. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of canola into the large saucepan, and we're gonna heat that up, and then we're gonna start cooking the onions and the garlic. I am so bad. So bad. I'm so bad. So bad. Be right back. Okay. Now that I've had a breath, that's warmed up. I'm gonna start in with the onions. The red onions going into the pot. And we're gonna soften those. Oh, brother. On medium heat. And then when they're softening, I'm gonna add the garlic and the ginger. Just hiding over here. And after adding the garlic and ginger, then we're gonna start moving stuff around. And you are gonna have to move, because you can't stay there. We're gonna need your spot. Maybe you can go over there. What a great pot. If I had that, I'd be making a big Irish stew. This is the one that's managed to do the bigger dishes, but the weirdest part is that I've had these dishes that are still not, are still too, pot seems too small for them. I am really hoping you're not going to fall down here. I'm trying to get you higher so you can get a better view without falling in, which is always the challenge. Okay, stay. I made a great Irish stew for Ireland. That was really yummy. I have this amnesia about Europe. Like whenever I get to European countries, and I only have 2 left. Well, 2.5. But whenever I get to cooking European countries, I'm always thinking, I've done that, or I've had that, and that's not exciting. And then I go, wow, that was really good. It's all dill and butter. Butter and dill, dill and butter. In Africa, it's all peanut butter and spinach and peanuts. And peanuts and peanut butter and spinach and tomatoes. And then Oceania is God knows what. Oceania is always the toughest one because so many of them don't have like a traditional cuisine other than, used to be like just grab fish and coconut and eat it. Now it's, grab a pizza and a burger and some Spam. And I saw that whole article about, the obesity epidemic there, and which I already knew about, but I didn't know that the U.S. and New Zealand are sort of together, have been sending them the crappiest parts of lamb that no one else wants, and that's what they're eating, and that's one reason they're all very obese now, which is very sad. But, people are working on fixing that, so let's hope that they do. But we're going to be talking about that some more in a couple weeks. In 3 weeks. Or 4. 4 weeks. 4 weeks we'll be back in Oceania. In the meantime, off camera, I'll probably be making, for the 3rd time, my big moo-moo from Papua New Guinea. And doing my paella 2nd time, again off camera. Sometimes I wonder if I should do like Periscope for, just for random other stuff. But again, the talking and the looking at comments is one of the reasons I'm always delayed. Because that's the way I am. Ginger going in. Ginger, ginger, ginger. Ginger. And garlic. Garlic. It's so late. So freaking late. It's not even funny. Okay. So this is about 3 minutes here. I'm so sorry. God, I had it on the small element. Anyway, 3 minutes. You know what? While it does that, I have more than one burner. This recipe seems to suggest only using one burner. Your memory and your planning are fantastic. How can you recall what's happening 4 weeks ahead is amazing. Did I not do my party trick for you? I've only done it once on here, and I kind of choked. And I'm not sort of mentally prepared to do it right now, so if I were to, I would probably choke again. But, yeah, I've been called an idiot savant. There was a moment in my past. I worked in a used CD store. You'd bring in your CDs, I would look at them, I would buy them. We'd take the CD out of the jewel case and put the jewel case into a paper sleeve. Paper sleeve would go into a filing cabinet. A number on the paper sleeve would correspond to a number on a sticker on the CD case. CD case would go out into the, displays where someone would look at it, want to purchase it, bring it up to the counter, look at the number on the thing, and then that would correspond to the paper sleeve, and we put the CD in and then send them on their way. One day some clown walked in, and not realizing the CD cases were empty, grabbed the whole handful of them and took off, stole empty jewel cases without CDs, thinking he was stealing CDs. I called the owner of the store and I said, hey, listen, this just happened. And he says, well, that's a drag. And now we'll never find those CDs because they're buried in. The stickers, the numbers have disappeared with the cases. He says, we'll never find those. I said, no, I remember them. And I went, flip, 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 this one, flip, 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 that one, flip, 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 this one. Like out of thousands. And he's like, oh my God, you're Rain Man. Okay, so now we have got this in here. We're going to take this off the heat and switch over to our cast iron skillet. Just a few more seconds here. Had to be 3 minutes on here. Yay, it's actually cooking. Come on, just a few more seconds. I'm so sorry. Okay, time's up. Switcheroo. That goes off to the side. In comes switch out to the cast iron skillet. Into the cast iron skillet, we're going to add some oil and heat you to your very hot. This is supposed to be a grill. Ain't got a grill. I didn't have a grill cast iron hoo-ha either. So this is supposed to be very hot. It's not going to be that hot. I don't want to kill this. So I put this on like medium high. It's supposed to be a grill. It's not a grill. I need to get my tongs and then get the octopus out of the refrigerator. Thankfully, there's not as much of it, so it won't take as long as it. Kmart, yeah, Kmart, love Kmart. Yeah. Gotta have Judge Wapner. Judge Wapner. Judge Wapner comes on it for Judge Wapner. People's Court. Cases are real. Rulings are final. I'm an excellent driver. Yeah. Hot, hot, hot. How hot is it? It's hot enough. Okay, here we go. It said with the tongs to add the octopus pieces to it. Is it hot enough? That's the question. It's feeling kind of hot. So grilling, go. No sizzle. Not hot enough. Hotter. I need it to sizzle. Hotter, be hotter. Can you be hotter now? Is it soup yet? I told you what happened by the tongs. I had them in here while I was cooking something else, and it was off. It wasn't even turned on, and then I came back and it was flat and had to get new ones. Oops. To quote Rick Perry, oops. Okay, that's seeming sizzly. So let's try that again. And go. I don't hear a sizzle. There's a sizzle. So putting the piece, there's a sizzle for you. So basically we're trying to get a sear on the octopus. I gotta get a picture of that. No, not video. So I gotta get them brown on all sides is the idea. This is our octopus. For our octopus are very insanely late. Clifford is a total boob octopus dish. Problem I have is that the burner is a certain size and the pan is a certain size, and I think these two things, since it's not gas, don't really go well together, because the heat is coming like mostly in this area, which is a problem. Getting a little smoke going. Okay. I don't want to let it go without getting some kind of char. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, they're starting to look like they're charring, getting a sear. But you, this way, go that way, no, the other way. Did you know Joshua Gabor is 99 years old now? Welcome to Non Sequitur Theater. Okay, that's about enough. Off the heat. So now that it's going off the heat. And now we're bringing back the saucepan over here. Oh, that's not good. You lost your eye. Hold on. There. I hope you're not fuzzy. Too fuzzy. Okay. No, not that high. Down, boy. Down. Down. Okay. Quickly, here. Mommy, thank you for the like. We're adding our toasted spices to the saucepan. And now we're going to add, using the tongs, we're going to add the octopus. How is the dish smelling? It's smelling like octopus, and now it's going to start smelling like spices, and now it's going to start smelling like octopus again. I'm smelling the very seafood smell. Now I'm getting the spices, now that the spices are in. The turmeric and the star anise have rather strong fragrances, and the cardamom pod, certainly. Tossing in our octopus pieces that have been charring in the cast iron skillet, a tong at a time. This tong, I know it's for real. Okay, that is it for the octopus in there. So now we're added that. So now we're going to add in our tomatoes. Just over here. And season with salt and pepper. Salt. And pepper. Pepper. No, pepper this way. Okay, pepper. And add the coconut milk and water. Coconut milk. Focus. Splotchy, splotchy. Globby, globby, drippy, drippy. And the water, which has got coconut milk in it too, because I use the same things, but they all mix together in the end. Okay. Coconut milk and water in. We're going to bring that to a boil and reduce it down. Ooh, boy, you got hot, didn't you? We're going to bring it to a boil and reduce it to a simmer. Splatter everywhere. Waiting for it to boil. Can you see? Yes. And oh boy, there's a lot of trouble. Oh my god, insane. Okay, so down to a simmer. Putting it down to a simmer. I set timer for 40 minutes. I feel really bad about this. Normally be eating now. Okay. God bless your memory. Oh, Mom. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing I got. I remember. I tell stories about. I remember things about when I was in diapers. I remember things from when I had to. My mom had to find a crib for me. That's the kind of memory I have. Okay, this saucepan here is going over there for the moment because we're going to need that for our spinach thing, which we're going to start cooking right now because we've already done our prep for it. But quickly, I want to grab some cilantro. Cilantro. Curly ends or cilantro. This looks like parsley to me. Yes. So again, letter C, cilantro. Letter P, parsley. Pointy parsley. Curved cilantro. So this could just be for dressing the dish at the end. We just need some leaves of cilantro. That took like, it's already been cleaned, so that's half a second's time. Okay. Now, the spinach dish finally starts to get cooked. That is our Mchicha. M-C-H-I-C-H-A. Mchicha. Tanzanian spinach and peanut curry. Okay. Jar. A jar or bottle. A jar or bottle. I have several. What would be the one I would use? Got broken. So we're not using a jar. Peanut butter. So we got our peanut butter here, and our coconut milk. And since we don't have a jar. What can I use for a jar? I have bottles. That's already used. Stuff in there. Don't want to use that. What do I have that's a jar? Here. Is that a thing? No.
So the AP is saying that Trump and Sanders are the winners of the New Hampshire primaries.
Oh boy. Okay, we have a travel mug. Letter B, better be, sorry, flashback to my childhood. Okay, so this is as good as I get for a jar. I don't like that. Screw it, not doing that. I'm just gonna mix these together in a bowl with a fork and call it a day. So the peanut butter and the coconut go mixed in together. Easier to put this way. And we're going to mix that up with a fork. So mixing peanut butter and coconut milk. Peanut butter and coconut milk, stirring it up. It's a lot of fatty protein goodness there. Now this dish isn't, this one is not specifically Zanzibari. It's, well, you could have this in various parts of Africa, but it's just generally Tanzanian, this one. I found a side dish that worked well with, that's one of the national dishes. So, we made the ugali, sort of polenta on Friday, which is good, but I was trying to write it down, and it kept autocorrecting to ugly. It's like, no, ugali. It says ugly. No, not ugly, ugali. Okay. And that goes on side. Now we are going to use our saucepan again, and I need to find some room. Find some room. Okay, we're going to put you back over here. How are we doing on battery life? We're doing okay? Okay. And delicate operation. Remove funny bone. Ha, ha, ha. Those leaves look like coriander to me. They did. Yes, you call it coriander, and the seeds, we still call coriander, but here we call it cilantro. Same thing, different word. Same concept. So we're heating up our ghee. Where's our ghee? Oops, I made all the stuff that's right in front of you here. Okay. Shifting sides, coming behind. Shifting sides. Coming behind. Where'd my ghee go? There's my ghee. Who's McGee? So, ghee, and I need something to scoop it in with. I need another spatula. Nuts. Could you grab me this spatula out of the dishwasher? Thank you. Just get a quick rinse. Okay, into the ghee. Where the ghee goes into the saucepan. Oh, brother. I need a spoon, too. Come on. You've held me up long enough. Let's hear it from my patient husband over here. Yay, applause. Okay. So our ghee heated up, and then we're going to start adding stuff to that. And in rapid succession, we shall be adding the onions. Irish song, Good Enough for Me and Bobby McGee. Irish? No, that's Chris Christopherson, made popular by Janis Joplin. But if he's McGee, maybe he's Scottish. Or I guess he could be Irish, right? Okay, onions in, tomatoes. Yeah, see, this is why I did all that prep earlier, so I wouldn't have to stop now. Tomatoes, salt. Where did I? Here's my salt. Salt. And the curry powder. Ta-da. And we're going to saute that for 5 minutes. Why does this not feel like it's getting hot? Come on, baby, heat up.
Oh, that's an octopus head.
No, it can go down, or you can put it in the trash. I decided not to cook it. Last time I cooked it, but I figured I got enough octopus going already. Thankfully, we know it's been cleaned, so there's nothing inside the head. Ever wonder what an octopus head sounds sounds like when it's being ground up.
Probably enough for now.
Yeah. No, I wasn't referring to that. I was referring to this. In terms of this action.
I still see it in there.
Well, can always go in the trash. Kitty will like the fish smell. Of making him hungry. Do cats eat octopus?
You have a liquid sitting over there. Do you need it?
What liquid do I have sitting over here? Oh, that's a lime juice. Yes. This is done. No, that's very important. Thank you. It's at the end, but it's important. Do cats eat octopus? Double yuck. Yeah, well, you know. I get yucked out, and, you know, in another universe I would be a vegan person, but I'm not in that universe. But I watch Top Chef, and I'm positive there isn't a single vegan person who watches that show, because they show you, you know, everything. They're working with offal, you're seeing it. They, in the Last Chance Kitchen, this guy had gotten kicked off of the show because he didn't do well enough on this one thing where the idea was to put as much meat and stuff into it. It was a challenge where it's called a beefsteak, a tradition in Los Angeles where everyone just eats like tons of meat with their hands, and they dress in tuxedos and wear aprons, and they don't use implements, and it's weird. But he didn't go like, you know, whole hog enough, as it were. So in the Last Chance Kitchen, he had to pick from, you know, whatever piece of whatever to cook, and he took the cow head. And so you're watching him with the cow head, and he's like, you know, grinding up the eyeballs and stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my god. And I'm just, but you know, it's what you eat, it's what's in your hamburger, and maybe not the eyeballs, but eyeballs could be and stuff. My dad was a butcher. Just think what I've seen and eaten. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Carrie. Yeah. See, after I saw Roger and Me, that was where I lost my meat virginity there. If you've seen that movie, you know the scene I'm talking about. I was thinking, whoa, okay. Yee. And that was a documentary, so. We've got 1 more minute on this. One more minute. Well, yeah, like when there's like a halal butcher or a kosher butcher. I haven't seen a kosher butcher, but I've seen halal butchers. You know, something cannot be both kosher and halal at the same time. Even though technically, you know, physically, the same processes have happened. You haven't seen it, yes. There's a woman on the side of the road who needs money because she's doesn't have a job, and she's selling rabbits. And the sign says rabbits, pets or meat. And I'm not going to tell you what happens after that. Okay, we're adding our spinach. Focus. Adding spinach, and I'm doing this by hand. This guy is a super boring cook. You're welcome. And and in goes the spinach. Okay. It barely fits in here. Kenny, thank you for the restream. And so we're cooking that for 15 to 20 minutes on there until it's cooked, stirring constantly. And this will be wilting in the process. And it is getting warm in here. My octopus is bubbling away right over there. And we're trying to integrate the spinach in here. And where's our peanut butter milk and coconut milk is sitting over yonder, which will be going in later once this is cooked. Go, Carrie. Doopity-doo, doopity-doo, doopity-burk-burk. So today is the last of technically 4 streams we've done for Tanzania. We only have 4 more African countries left. I bet the food comes out at Best Blend. Well, you are just really nice. You are just a darling, darling person. Merry Christmas to you. Meanwhile, we are cooking. You notice how it's wilting quickly. And wilting it will go. So we're looking for 15 minutes here. Bye-bye. Good times. Good times. You say, I say bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Spinach is cooking. We've got, so I'm going to let it go for another, it's supposed to be 15 minutes, so. And we got the time. Landing point, hello, thank you for liking the restream. We are insanely, insanely, insanely late. My only consolation is that I couldn't have started any earlier. I could not have started any earlier today because I had to get my 10-mile run in. And I got back and I just immediately got to, writing out my script and cleaning and sharpening and all the stuff that had. You think, see, this goes on for hours, but you think nothing happens before I start hitting go. And there's a lot of prep work. There's the research into the cuisines and the countries and the recipes, and finding the recipes and then picking the right ones and then making sure it doesn't overlap with stuff from neighboring countries or stuff we did before, and then writing the blog. Hello, Tammy, how have you been? How are you doing? We are crazy late today. This right here is our Mchicha, M-C-H-I-C-H-A, Mchicha. Mchicha, Tanzanian spinach and peanut curry. Darling Tammy, my Snapchat friend. It was nice and cool today. That was a good day. I got to run 10 miles without pain. Although I did almost eat the sidewalk at one point. Most, like 99% of the people are cool and know, like, the rules of common society. It's just that 1% of people that are morons that ruin it for the rest of us. I mean, I'm come along the narrow sidewalk with no escape on both sides, and, young lady, young guy with 2 dogs, and he's, like, totally oblivious. And then, like, the dogs are right in front of me, and I come to a dead stop, and I'll, just to avoid, like, going over it. And I'm standing there for, like, 2 seconds going, move your dogs, and the dogs are barking at me. I'm thinking a normal person would see a person coming and move their dogs out of the way. 1:18 a.m. Here is not so sunny Scotland. I'll be off today. Thank you for your entertainment stream. I'll see pictures of good night and God bless. Thank you, Derek. You are a lovely person. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I would not be up at 1:18 in the morning. So thank you again. Again, blog goes up tomorrow. Because of life commitments, I was kind of freaked out over getting my blog done for tomorrow. And so I got half of it done today, since I already had the pictures from the past 3 nights. So hopefully I'll be able to get it in at time. It is steamy in here. And we're cooking down our spinach for our spinach and peanut curry while our octopus continues to simmer. Ow, hot. Right next to us here. So we're gonna go look at the octopus over there. The octopus that's keeping us up late. Yeah, Now, like I said, normally the national dish in Tanzania, if it's not a thing, I don't know the Swahili name, I'm not looking at it now, which is basically grilled meats. You'll have bush meats or what have you, grilled on the side of the road. They're really great in Kenya and Tanzania, all over the place. If anyone has been, or if you've been yourself, you see it everywhere. You do Google Maps and look at the street view and you'll see people selling grilled meats on the side of the road. The sort of accompaniment is basically a mash, a hard porridge, sort of like Play-Doh, called ugali. We made it on Friday to go with our shrimp and coconut curry that we did on Friday night. And that came out super great. And the ugali I made for Kenya, which may have had a different name for Kenya, didn't come out so great. I think I made it with corn that time. You can use any number of flours for it. I wound up using semolina flour, and this was very tasty. For something that had like one ingredient, you know, flour and water, and I added salt, it came out really great. It was like basically a good polenta. When I tried it with the cassava flour, I may have screwed up. That was for Sao Tome and Principe, and that was like the biggest epic fail of all epic fails. It failed so badly it didn't even make it onto the plate, went right into the garbage. Jessica, how are you doing? How are you? Thank you for liking the restream. We are insanely, insanely late here. See, the octopus takes 40 minutes to cook over there, and then this takes as long as it takes, and I figured in the 40 minutes that cooks, I can cook this, rather than have you stare at nothing for 40 minutes, or me have to just tap dance. Ay, Dios mío, but it's normally would have eaten. We're finished eating at this point, so I'm a bad man. Yeah, somebody wrote something. I got it something. I got a notification. Hector, thank you for the like, Hector. Got 7 more minutes over here on this while our octopus is cooking. I'm gonna stir the octopus over here. See how that it's thickening, certainly. Thickening octopus. I'm missing some notifications somewhere here. What am I missing? Oh, just random Twitter stuff? Okay. 6 more minutes here on the spinach. Yes, I did add salt, but I am definitely going to have to remember to taste this. And this, at least this one, there's like a point at which it is to be tasted and re-seasoned, like in the recipe. If it doesn't say that, then sometimes I forget where to, and sometimes it's too late by the time I get around to it. Has anyone ever handed you one of those? Around to it? Someone handed me one, like a wooden coin, like that big. It said "to it" on it. T-U-I-T. I said, what's that? It's around to it. You said you'll do it when you get around to it, now you got one. Da-dum-dum. James, if you're still here, I bet you like that one. Spinach! Spinach is cooking for, actually technically we're cooking the food of Zanzibar. This one is kind of trans-Tanzanian, but the other one is, the octopus is specifically a Zanzibari dish. Zanzibar being more Arab than Bantu, native African. Tanzania, though 99% of the people are, you know, have African, or African, not of African descent, they're African. 1% is other, Asian, European, American, etc. But of the 99% African population in Tanzania, they comprise over 120 different people groups or tribes with their own Swahili-like languages. If you learn a language, first you're going to learn your local language, and then as a second language, you might learn you'll do Swahili and maybe English. If you're in Zanzibar, it would probably be Arabic. there are differences. There are a lot of political conflict and stuff in Zanzibar, but things have sort of calmed down over the past 10 years. They're trying to get some tourism going, which, you know, is a challenge, but they've got great, you know, wildlife. They have Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in all of Africa, one of 2 places you can see glaciers in Africa, and this is near the equator at that. So that is something to see. Tanzania is also about twice the size of California. So it's a big place, mountainous, and it's got savannas and plains, and along the shores, of course, there's all the beaches along the Indian Ocean. So it's quite a beautiful place. I'm gonna get some water here while I wait the last 3 minutes here. I can't believe I queued up this much Zanzibarian music. I find that hard to swallow. Dios mío, cansancio. It's Betty Crocker. Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl to you. Who we got there, Ms. Hannigan? Hello, Ms. Hannigan. How are you doing this fine evening? Where it's very, 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 very late for me to be eating dinner. But I'm being slow. Slow. So what's it? There was no actual Betty Crocker, right? That was like a composite character. And I know when they reformulated the face, they kind of tried to like get different people's features all blended into one. Hello, hello. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. And then we're getting closer on the octopus over there. So I'm just hoping they'll finish it. They're going to finish at the same time. It's going to be one of those ready or not situations. Next, I'm trying to figure out how to serve it. I guess it's going to be on a plate. Normally something would be like in a bowl, but I don't want to serve 2 bowls. So again, we're going to have mountains of food on a plate. Okay, 1 more minute here. 1 more minute on the spinach. Gotta make sure it does not stick to the pot. Doombity doombity doo. And 3, 2, 1. How's everybody week starting off anyway? We're doing okay? Time's up. Okay, so here we are gonna add our, if I can put this in here. This is the peanut butter mixed with coconut milk. And that's going into the spinach. And obviously I did not get all the peanut butter down off the bottom. Peanut butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a peanut butter jelly. There's a peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. So 5 minutes. This goes for 5 minutes, stirring constantly, and then of course we have to taste it. Oh, clean the spoon. He said as he stopped stirring. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Yibida. Mixing the coconut milk peanut butter in with the spinach and tomatoes and onions and spices, curry powder, all going in here. All together now, all together now. This really feels like it should not be on a flat plate. It just seems like it's going to be a blob on a plate. But we don't have a lot of room. I'm going to give that octopus over there a taste. And still not time, but let's see how it's going. That's a little octopus. Still hot. Oh my god, that star anise, that smell is so strong. Peanut butter jelly time, yes. Thank you, somebody got that. Always count on you, James. Okay, let's see if this is any cooler now. It's definitely flavorful. The star anise is a very strong flavor. Star anise is like anise is, I think, that's the flavor you get in licorice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's got a strong hit of that. So 2 more minutes here on this. I kind of don't want to let that cook the whole time, because the meat was a little, you know, chewy. But, you know, there's obviously a learning curve to cooking octopus. It's like you don't want to cook it too long, you don't want to cook it long, and you don't want to cook it not long enough. So it's rough. It's rough. So this is that, and this is the other. Vis-a-vis the octopus, when comes time, which will be like in 1 minute here. We're going to go back to that, taste it again, season it, and salt and pepper, and then lime juice that we had over there sitting, as necessary to have the proper flavors to it. Okay. The world could have exploded in the time that I've been sitting here. And if you're in New Hampshire, maybe it did, depending on your look of things. Okay. And 1 more minute over here. 1 more minute. 1 more minute on the peanut butter. Oh, I didn't taste that, did I? Let's taste you. That's good. I tell you, peanut butter and spinach is a great combo, and the coconut milk. Oh, and there's a hit of something hot. There's something in here. The curry powder? Yeah, the curry powder has given it a kick, which is good. We like a kick. Okay, this is ready. This particular dish is ready, so it needs to go off the heat, and that's where you come in. You need to get out of the way. Okay, so now we go back over yonder to our octopus. And your eye fell off again. This little holder is just not... Maybe I need crazy glue or something. Okay. Octopus is in there. I can't really see it too well. I'm so afraid you're gonna fall in. Ah! Don't fall. Whatever you do, don't fall. Okay, so we're gonna taste you. And then I'm going to season you with salt, pepper, and lime juice. You got the salt, you got the pepper, we got the lime juice. I need to clean my spoon. Okay, and troops assemble. Okay, this is with the tomato without the octopus in it. Very good. Very, very good. Sauce is very good. A little more salt. Not a lot. Little more pepper. It does need a hit of acid. And let's add some of that lemon juice. Let's see how that changed things in our last very patient minutes. Okay. This time I'll have it with a piece of the octopus. I'm afraid the octopus is chewy. I mean, maybe it's not. Oh, wow. The lime juice is a very nice addition. So while that sits there for the last couple minutes, let's start plating. At long last, our national nightmare is over. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I'm going with plates, even though that doesn't strike me as the right choice. And, because that's liquidy, and the other thing is liquidy. Should I not do plates? What do you think?
If I'm going to end up with a puddle in my lap, then no.
Then it would be 2. I'll do plates. Oh, but I do need to take out the star anise and the cinnamon stick.
So we need spoons?
No.
Okay.
Star anise coming out. 2. Where is the cinnamon stick hiding? You're in here somewhere. That'll be a surprising mouthful. No, it'll turn up. It'll turn up. Meow. Poor cat. Waiting for his food, just like the husband. Ow, that's hot. Okay, we're gonna scoop this out onto the plates. Move you over here. Okay. Hot, 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 hot. Hot. You know what? I'm gonna do this in a ramekin. You'll find it when plating. Yes, that's for sure. I think I'm gonna put these in ramekins here to avoid the blob effect. Or maybe I wonder. Now I've got an idea. Done this with rice. Could it work with spinach? Not so much. Well, we still got the blob effect, but it's contained to a degree. Okay. Would never ever pass a plating course. Do they have courses in just in plating? I mean, I'd like to take courses in stuff like, knife skills and, building flavors and pairing things and stuff like that. Okay, you big old blob of green. Would not be an African dish without a plate of green blob. Green or brown. It's like you can take, I take these Instagram pictures. You can follow me on Instagram, by the way, Cliffyland. And it's like I just look at them and you can tell what continent it is just from the colors. Like you find a lot of, you know, like greens and browns in Africa. Okay, well at least that looks decent. And now it is time for our octopus to be declared done. You are done at long, long last. Okay, how can you get to look at any of what I'm doing? Okay, here. Get to watch a little bit. Okay, where's the scoop? We need a different scoop. I hope this works. Okay. Oh, brother. Wish me luck. Okay. Still haven't seen that cinnamon stick, incidentally. Trying to get as much of the sauce off of it while getting the meat. Last piece of octopus there. Okay. Clean that. Is so much liquid. Oh my God, it's gonna okay, this one's gonna be for me. Oh God, that's too much. Hold on. Clean that plate a lot. Mucho clean the Play-Doh. Okay, that's not the prettiest one, but it will do. How's your sister over here? You go away. And now we dress with the cilantro. Boom. Hands up, utensils down. Okay. Still didn't find that cinnamon. Oh, there you are. You nasty bugger. Found it! Okay, picture time. You are the prettier one. I'm sorry, your sister is just prettier. You're just gonna have to live with that. Okay, so, at long last, this is Tanzania night 4 of 4. 3, you know, if you don't count dessert. This is our, oh brother, one more time with feeling. The Pweza wanazi, the lime coconut octopus with star anise, and the Mchicha, the Tanzanian spinach and peanut dressing. So thank you for your your support. You are groovy. Look for the blog tomorrow at cliffyland.com. You can follow on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Facebook. And Twitter, yes, at Cliffyland. Just look for it. Pictures, links to the original recipes, videos, information about the countries, and so forth. So that's it for Tanzania. Look for us next week. A big, epic week is going to be Thailand. So Thailand next week. Big deal. So check that out. Thank you. Subscribe, like, thanks. Love you guys. You guys are the greatest. Gotta eat. It's so late. Bye.